Alright. Hello? Hello, everyone. Hopefully this is set to the right. To the right. It's not. Hang on. It's having a hard time. Hello? It's kind of freaking out right now, so give me a moment to fix this. Please? Is it gonna... It's gonna work? Or is it not gonna work? Hang on. I have a feeling it's not going to work. It'd be great if it'd be great if it did. It'd be really great if it did. Oh. There we go. I don't need to tell you that. I certainly do not. Okay. Hang on. Alright. There we go. Now it's working. He's not edible. He's not edible. I could explain to you why he's not edible. I could very easily explain to you why he's not edible. No. He, out of the main cast, I don't know what you want me to say, because none of them would. Oh, okay. Should I turn off? Okay, is the stream working? Because it seems to be having some lagging issues. How's it? Okay. I'm just knocking up the background music. See how well that works out? Hello. Hello. They wouldn't taste amazing. Again, like, they're not candy or anything. They're not candy or anything. Yeah. So I don't really have a structure in mind for this stream. I'm just gonna kind of go. Just because I feel like that would be funny. And, like, if I get through all the characters here, if I manage to get through all of them and I kind of just, like, don't know what to do after and it hasn't been long enough, then I'll probably just draw and we can hang out if everyone's still there by the end of it. Were they all me? Were they all me? There's a setting for it. It's not even orange, it's like... Actually, it's like a dull red. Yeah. The... I'm sorry for, like, everyone who's suddenly go on one of my, like, oh, we'll get to Hemlock. Okay. We'll get to Hemlock when we get there. Please. Okay. We'll get to Hemlock when we for anyone who's, like, following me, I'm sorry. My internet is being really finicky right now, so I'm sorry about that. If if you're following me and I just go on one of my, like, spurs of activity, I apologize for that. Because that happens sometimes. So, yeah. Alright. Should we get started? I don't really know, like, how I was planning on doing this. I was just gonna try to go. Hello. This is just like a lore stream, I guess. It is always throwing a fit. I don't know how to fix it. Yeah. Loading. I'm not giving out backstory. I'm just kind of... This is more... No, this is more so that people know who my other characters are. Because, like, you know... Oh my god, you made a YouTube account. You made a YouTube channel just to keep with the bit. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. I can't believe you. Blueberry on. I can't believe you. I can't believe this. You made a YouTube channel to keep the bit. You you made a YouTube channel to keep the bit. I'm honestly respect, man. Respect for you. Um all right. As I was saying, I'm not gonna like dump backstories or anything. It's just for characters who people don't know about, because like everyone knows who like most of my main characters are, but there are some background ones that I still use, just not publicly. Cordis, oh my god, there's not what Hemlock? Hemlock is not Smallfeather's mother. That would be really cursed. That would be really cursed. Okay, I'm just gonna start. There is a sentient blueberry in the chat. I'm very upset about it. Um, okay. Um, so, alright. The most, I actually did like an overhaul on how I organized all of my characters on Doyos fairly recently. I say fairly recently, it was probably like 6 months ago, but I do remember it happening, which in my mind makes it fairly recently. Um, and so now they're like kind of organized by universe, except for um Supernaturals and like this one. Supernaturals is just kind of like a blanket um a blanket folder, because some of the characters they can show up in any universe they want to, and like there are some that are just meant to be unsorted. Uh some of them were just meant to be unsorted, and yeah, others I just figured like I might as well just put them in the thing. And then yeah, this is kind of like on the very first page that you see. um I have over 100 characters. I mean, yeah, fun time. I literally named it talking about my characters for who knows how long. It's literally just gonna be me talking. So, yeah, Theatrofenica is like the universe, which is the most this is like the biggest one. This is the one that's most developed right now, and it's kind. Oh, my dog's barking. It's the one that is like my main world. This one, like I said before, is just a blanket folder. The sub reality is actually the seaside universe, and the seaside universe is meant to be kind of like a dream. It's like a if you think of things like Dream Core, that's kind of what it is. The sub reality is meant to like be a universe that is of it. It's really complicated. Um yeah. It's really complicated how this one kind of works. I'll try to fun time. Yep, that's basically it. I'll try to explain how it works recently, because it's not something that I can articulate very well verbally, so I'll do my best to think about that later. Autumn Woods is a kind of like a children's book universe that I might actually publish into a children's book sometime in the future. It's just meant to be like a wholesome little side plot. It's not super developed yet, but I'm planning on developing them more, and there probably won't stay. Autumn Woods probably won't stay its name. Um, Game universes, like we have like Minecraft and Rainworld, but the Minecraft characters are kind of like they can leave the Minecraft universe just because how they're structured. Rainworld characters, I guess they could, but they don't function as like freely as the Minecraft characters do. But we'll get to that later. Um, Cryptids are just kind of like, hey, I saw that urban legend. That's kind of cool. I think I'm gonna characterize it and try to um, no, like, okay, as hard as it is to believe, I have characters without trauma. I have wholesome characters, and all of the ones in Autumn Woods are all wholesome. Like, they're actually really, like, cute and nice. I promise. I swear. Like, as hard as it is to believe, that's objectively what it is. Um, the, the cryptids are just like, oh, I saw that cool urban legend. Let's characterize it and, like, make our own thing out of it. I promise, I swear on Smallfoot's life, I promise, we'll get to it, Fandom characters, I don't, oh yeah, this is just like, fandom, like, you can immediately tell this is a Lemon Demon fan character, this is a Hawaii Part 2 fan character, these two are Tally All fan characters, they're kind of just like characters from their songs, or like, from specific songs that, um, yeah, they're from specific songs, and I just thought it'd be cool if I gave them a personality based off of what I know from the songs, and and gave them a design. I should probably revamp some of them. I'm still fine with Cabinet Man's design, but I should probably redesign these guys. And then the other is just these guys. They're kind of like they're like floating in limbo space. They don't really have a universe to them yet, but these two have like sort of lore. Leica's just some space thing, and I don't know. That's why they're in the other folder. So yeah. Um, I do have non-traumatized characters, and my least developed characters probably the ones in the other folder. I'm oh god. What have I started? I mentioned Tally Hall and Lemon Demon. No, it's just going. Um. Okay. All right. Let's start. Everyone knows. Everyone knows who these guys are. We all know who they are. We have we have my son, who's just like really upset all the time. Rena, she's dead. We don't care about her. Phoenix, she's literally me, except worse. And then these two are the gays. They're just yeah. I don't really need to explain these guys because they're literally just they show up everywhere. Uh, does any do, does anyone have any like specific questions about them that I can answer like live or like explain in detail? Because like I don't know. I ever he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to be here for the public to see. Accessible. Do Dravens? Yes, they do. He is not blind, and actually seeing through your hair is easier than you'd think it is. Like you could try it right now. It's easier than you think it is. It's just yeah. He can still see. They still function as normal eyes. It's just um yeah, it's just for everyone else. It's not good. Uh, the basics. What do you mean by basics? Like as in who these guys are and what do they do? Like is that what you're asking? Like just like a basic rundown? Okay. Okay, I'll answer that in a second. Smallfeather, he's my main character. He's just kind of some lonely kid that lives in the woods. He's doing his best. He's nothing really special. I um I actually when I made him with the intention of what if I had this character who isn't strictly detrimental to everyone else in like social situations or like just in general, who isn't strictly detrimental but also isn't strictly beneficial. So what if he's just kind of like this neutral, like functional guy who just exists? I wonder how people would respond to that because I noticed that um individuals with um individuals who do not bring strictly anything beneficial um anything beneficial to any sort of like organization or group like um like if yeah if something is not beneficial then they tend to be like shunned or they tend to be um just kind of left behind. Like for example Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like he wasn't accepted until it was found out that his red nose was like actually beneficial to the group. He wasn't he wasn't recognized as something like he wasn't recognized. So I wondered what happens if I have a character who just isn't helpful but also isn't like detrimental. And it turns out that people either don't care, like treat him the people like no, people treat him normally, people don't care about him, or people traumatize him and go out of their way to traumatize him. So Soggy, please, now's not the time. So that's basically small for this whole like thing in my brain. That's initially when I was making him, that's what I thought. And ever since then, like he's just kind of like expanded and been developed into his own character. He's kind of like he's just really unlucky and is like kind of just like universal punching bag at this point, and it's gotten too far, and I want it to stop. Make it stop, please. But I'm going to ban you. Don't do that. I'm gonna ban you, Blueberry, non-stop. I will. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll ban both of you. Apologize right now. Apologize right now. Okay. All right. Soggy, I will ban you too. Um, Rena is. Oh. Okay. Okay. Don't call me that. Rena is meant to be sort of like a spectator character. So she has her own thoughts and opinions, and she really, really badly wants to enforce like what she thinks, and she wants to be vocal about what she thinks, but she can't because she's dead, and she has to she has to spectate, which is kind of another thing between Rena and Smallfeather's relationship, because they're kind of meant to be the complement of each other. Or like Smallfeather wishes that he could just spectate, because he, like, at this point he feels like his feelings and thoughts aren't like important or valid because of other like trauma and other reasons. Hi. And Rena she's stuck spectating, except she really wants to make a difference, and she really wants to change things, and she wants to exist. Um but she can't because she's dead. And like that's kind of their dynamic there. So tastes real. Okay. I will get to that later, Soggy. I will get to that later. Okay, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna actually write down these questions so I don't forget them. Okay. Alright, I need to remember what they were. So why do loading Draven hate Smallfeather? Okay, ghost characters. Were there any other ones? Were there any other ones that I missed? Hang on, I'm gonna scroll up. Why do loading Draven hate Smallfeather? Hang on. Oops. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think there were any other questions. Just let me know if I missed one. Let me know if I missed one. Okay. So next is Phoenix. She's just meant to be the epitome of all things horrible. Like she's just, oh my god, I summoned you! Phoenix, I summoned you! I said I moved on to like character Phoenix, and you actually just appeared. I actually just summoned you. I'm Blueberry or not, I take back what I said about being a lord. I am God. I'm God. That just proved it. Anyways. um Phoenix is meant to be the epitome of all things horrible. She's just mental illness. She's mental illness trademark. She's just meant to be like she's also not special. Like she doesn't have any like magic abilities, and she doesn't have a heavy reliance on like a specific weapon or of sorts. She's just meant to be like use her body. Um yeah, she uses herself to enact violence. She's probably my worst character, if not one of the worst characters. So she's just meant to be horrible, and she knows that. It's like she consciously chooses to be horrible, and just like yeah, she's just bad. If you see her steer clear, I don't know why people think that she's redeemable. That I talk to a lot of people who are like, oh, I can excuse her actions, or oh, she's redeemable, or oh, I can fix her. You can't fix her. She's not fixable. Good luck. You're not gonna succeed. Okay. All right. Next one. Loading. We have Mr. Eye Strain himself, Mr. Gay. And yeah, he was originally meant to be. Oh, I forgot how to say like how Phoenix came into the picture. Phoenix was originally my persona, and then I like inserted her to some role plays, and from then she just kind of underwent mitosis, and now oh my god, yeah, she just kind of underwent mitosis, and now she's her own thing. Yippee! Do with the information that she is a self-insert to some extent. Do what you will with that information. I am not going to elaborate further. Okay, loading. He came in the picture because we needed another like more me and Mim were doing a roleplay on Scratch, and we needed another we needed more conflict, and we had an idea to like make up a new character based off of like a Minecraft phenomenon, because at that point it was a Minecraft roleplay, and it was like um it was meant to be like creepypasta type thing. And so we went on with like, hold on, Minecraft. Whoops, Minecraft texture. Yeah. He was like, he was meant to be like this. He was meant to exist because of this. And I just like thought like, I don't know why I chose to make him like the silly goofy cartoon character type guy, but that's just what he is, and he's meant to be like, you're almost plausible, like you're almost a believable thing that can exist in the real world, except there are some parts of you that is like, that's not right, that shouldn't exist. Um so what do you mean he's chewy? What? Okay. She used to be saying, what do you mean? Like, are you asking she used to, like, not be horrible? Over time she became horrible? Or are you talking about, like, the reality animation meme where she was fine and then wasn't? Are you asking about where the one where she was like, where in the same project she was fine and then wasn't, or in like multiple different projects where she used to be fine and then over time she just wasn't? What are you asking specifically about? Loading is terrible. I'm waiting. Just idling. Yes, it's Mr. Minecraft. He was originally a Minecraft character. Um, so. Oh, the last 4 years, that was the mitosis happening. Because it was like, she used to be my Sona, and she used to be fine, and my imagination wasn't as horrible as it is now, and now it just kind of went down the drain. She went away mitosis, and now she's just a horrible monster that lives in the woods. All of these characters live in the woods, and we'll get to the woods probably later. Okay, Draven was again meant to be Loading's complement. He was just kind of some like stoic uh guy at first. There wasn't really a reason why he was so unnaturally stoic, but now like there is, and we'll probably get there when I share his backstory. And he's just kind of meant to be, yeah, like Loading's complement. Uh, with Loading being like really like loud and outgoing. Oh my god. That's awesome. There's not really much to say about Draven, because he doesn't do anything, really. He was just a guy. He was just a guy. He doesn't really do anything. What's more interesting about Draven, is his relationships. Yeah, is his relationships with other characters. So we'll probably get more to that when I get to other characters who have relationships with him. And I think that's all about I think that's all about the main cast. Like that's really it. The question, why do Loading and Draven hate Smallfella, that is a roleplay thing. Like I already mentioned, Loading was made because uh Loading was made because of a roleplay with Mim, and in that roleplay there was context established that would make Loading not like Smallfeather, and from there it just kind of became an obsession with like finding him and torturing him. Just because these guys, they're insane. They're both insane. Yeah. We have like the kind of fine characters over here, and then just like from here on, they're all like really insane, and they need to go to therapy and probably also get medicated. All three of them need medication. Smallfoot needs medication. Rena's dead, so she doesn't get medication. So that's, Rena just like gets excluded from everything just because. Oh, you guys want to see someone who's bald? Hold on. Look, it's him. He's bald. Stretch is bald. So, yeah. We'll get to all these guys later. These guys have their own like lore and whatever. So, they do need to go to the hospital. I'm gonna check that question off. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Medical affiliation. We have the guys, all the wholesome guys. So, no, Smallfeather needs therapy. Did I say that he didn't? He needs therapy. He needs therapy and medication, but like the other guys, like they need to go to therapy for a different reason, and they all of the reasons are similar, and Spellfoot is just like the outlier. All right, we know nothing about Harvey. Well, not anymore. I'm here to rescue. Uh, well, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. Like he does need therapy as well, but just for a different reason. Okay, these guys in the woods. I should probably explain what the woods are actually before I continue on. So in Thadrophinica, there is a band of latitude around like the planet. There is a band of latitude where it's just forest. No one knows why. Like even throughout different continents, like of course there's no forest growing in the middle of the ocean, but even like in the middle, like in throughout the different continents, that specific latitude has just really thick forest. And that forest is mostly uncharted because once you go into the forest and you like pass the point of no return, then you're just in kind of like this forest that exists between universes. So the way I imagine it, or like the way that I interpret it, how it works, because usually when I do role plays with other people, the characters do not come from the same universe, and there needs to be an excuse as to why they can even interact in the first place. So what, like, me and my friend's solution to it is there is this forest that kind of exists between universes. It exists between, um, it exists between like different forests. So like if you wander too far into whatever forest that you're originally in, you will end up in that forest. And in Thadrophinica specifically, there is just a band of forest that that is just kind of there, and it's really enigmatic, and no one really knows. Like there is no specific map, and the way I imagine it working is that if you think you know where you're going, you will end up there. If you think you're lost, then you will be lost, even though you could be going in the exact same direction where you think you know where you're going, and you don't actually know where you're going. It's complicated. It's kind of like what you think you know about the forest is what will the forest will change to take up like what you imagine it to be, and it gets more complicated than that. So um and so, if anyone has any further questions about that, I can explain later. But now from now on, if I mention like these characters can be in the woods, then you know that they're like more susceptible to being able to um like being used in role plays, unless characters in role plays specifically go to seek out these characters or like leave the forest to go to these specific places or go to these specific places in the woods, then um you typically will not find them just wandering around in roleplays. Okay, so these guys are characters that you can, except for Harvey and Somber, like they just kind of they exist in the woods and they run like a medical organization. Um, yes, characters have gone across, not really, I wouldn't say dimensions. They've gone to different universes canonically. Yes. Okay, so these guys, Andy, Cedric, Danny, and Shep, they typically they have set up a bunch of different stations around the forest that they cycle through, and they check all of them daily to see like so that people who know them can go there to get medical attention because the woods is a really horrible place and everyone's getting hurt a lot. Um, so Cedric is like he's the founder. He's just kind of like the leader dude. He knows the most besides Somber, but Somber's like a side affiliate. She's not really directly associated. Um he's not Swellford does go to them actually. He goes to them a lot. He's actually very close friends with them. He's brought Cedric and Andy to tears before because he's been so close to death. Anyways, Cedric, main associate, he is the founder, and he is like he's very happy all the time, and he always like um he's always happy. He always like puts on the show that he's really happy, and he tries and he and he is like he is a generally happy guy, even though like he does have some issues. Yeah, honestly, I can see it. I can see it, and um he yeah, he's just kind of like one of the light of the gang, really. All of them try to keep like happy outlook on things, even though like they've been subjected to some pretty nasty things in the woods. And then there's Andy. Harvey is actually a carpenter, so I'm glad that you got those vibes from him. Cedric does own a shotgun, and he has used it. Okay, Andy is Cedric's apprentice. They usually exist together. Like they're rarely ever found on their own, and they're just kind of like the besties. They're like the bestest of best friends. They're just chilling together. Andy is meant to be like really sweet and kind. Cedric is more so just like jolly, and he's just kind of like, oh, how joyous and stuff. And Andy's like the actual one who will like come to you and ask you if you're okay. He Andy's better at interacting with characters like to help them feel safe and to help them feel better. Cedric kind of just like he does most of the work, and insecure about his ability to um he's insecure about his ability to actually like socially communicate with different people, so he usually leaves that sort of thing to Andy, which leads to Andy being the more trusted character out of these two. Danny is another affiliate. They kind of serve as the muscle of the group, as well as a nurse. Like they're not a doctor like Cedric, but they are a nurse. So like, um, yeah, you will. I mean, Cedric will have tea with you if you ask nicely. Yes, you can draw Andy talking with your character. He's like He's the therapist. He's the therapist. Cedric's the doctor. Danny is the nurse and also the muscle. Like, because sometimes they need to fight people out of bad situations, and Danny is usually the one that they go to for that because they're big and they're really strong. Um, and yeah, they're just really chill. I remember the reason why I had the idea to make like a sheep character be a nurse was so that like you can just sleep on their wool. Cause like, hang on. You can just sleep on their wool, cause like they would just let you if you asked them nicely and if you wanted that. You can ask for one on Tumblr. um, but yeah, he did. Yeah, they're just really nice. They're really chill, and you can sleep on their wool if you asked, and they probably also knit their wool into like things for people, honestly. And then there's Harvey. Harvey is like he's not really like a direct like medical affiliate of the team. He serves, like I said before, he is a carpenter, so he makes all the furniture, like the beds and shelves and like storage units for all of the stations, because usually the stations they're in like caves or like little clearings on top of like piles of mossy rocks, usually mossy stuff, just so that there's like a recognizable landmark for people to go to know who do know who these people are. uh so Harvey usually does not show up in the forest. He kind of just like shows up sometimes to deliver things or like just gives them supplies and stuff. He's not super involved in the actual medical part of the medical gang, but he is still like a close affiliate and a close contributor to the gang. Shep is a physiotherapist who usually helps characters throughout the later stages of their recovery if they need it. He's also really good with like herbal like medicines and like grinding up specific medication for characters if you need it, or like he's just really he kind of like works as a pharmacist because he's really good at like he's just good at administering medication and helping with like any sort of like physical um uh detriments that people might have to. He can help, like he can give you a massage. He's also like he can give you um what's the word acupuncture. He can give you acupuncture. He can give you like he's certified to do a lot of different therapies, and he does a lot of different therapies if you need it. um Shep is just meant to be like a really long, like unnaturally lanky guy. Most of the actually, fun fact, the medical gang, like Andy and Shep, both of these guys are mutants for their species. So Shep is like his limbs shouldn't be that long, but they are just because of like some weird genetic thing that I haven't decided yet. Um, hello. And Andy is actually not meant to be as big as he is. He's 6 feet tall, but that's not, which is why he has a hard time flying, because he's, something that big shouldn't be able to fly naturally. He is a chiropractor, yes. Um, and like his dad is only like I think he's like, I don't remember, how tall is Austin? Hold on. I need to check. How tall is Austin? How tall is he? He's 4'5". So that's like the average height of Abiosapiens, except Andy is just a mutant, so that's why he's so big, and that's why he has a hard time flying. He usually has to jump off of like really high cliffs to get flying. Like he can fly once he's in the air. It's just him taking off and landing is really difficult for him, just because of how big he is, and he's not supposed to be that big. All right, all right, okay. Whoops. And then Somber is Cedric's teacher. She doesn't usually show up in the woods, but there are times where she will visit and like kind of help out. She knows more than Cedric. She taught Cedric everything he knows, and she spends more of her time like still teaching in a place called Sanford, which we'll get to later. And yeah, she's kind of just like sad. Well, she's not sad. Like she's tired all the time. She needs no, you didn't miss Teddy, don't worry. I've only been through the main cast. Um so yeah, she's just and she's like she's also kind of like Danny in the sense that she can defend herself if she needs to. Like she will very easily do that, and um she's more specifically uh well versed in well versed in specific styles of martial arts where there isn't much harm being done to your opponent, or it's just self defense and kind of like throwing people around, and not really hurting them, just kind of getting them out of the way, or putting them in like sort of locks and stuff that don't actually cause damage. They're just uncomfortable. Thank you. And she has a child, adopted child. That's Ellis. Ellis isn't my character, but I might as well. This art also isn't mine. This is by Benny. Um, and Ellis, she's like so silly, and I love her. And yeah, Somber has her as a child. Yeah, I just thought that would be funny to say. I just thought it would be funny to that would be funny to include. Okay, all right, let me back in. All right, now we're getting to like the more diverse things, because like these two are just kind of like significant groups that you can find anywhere in the woods. So there's not they don't really fit into any of the other categories because they're not found in a specific place. These two folders, these characters are mostly in the woods, and therefore like they can be found pretty much anywhere. The rest of these, they're found in a specific place, and you can it's specified by the name um of the folder. Sorry, my brain is melting. My brain's melting out my facial orifices. Okay. Mechatropolis is why are we saying Sherver? Okay. Alright, we're moving on, we're moving on. We're moving on. Shut up. I probably did say sober, honestly. I mess up my words a lot and I don't even notice. So if I do that, don't tell me because I feel like it's funnier if I don't know and just make fun of me without telling me that I did it because I feel like that's really funny. Okay. Megatropolis is like a one like more technologically like the most technologically developed place in Thadrophitica. I believe it's in the second continent, which is on the eastern side of the world. Eastern side. I don't know the geography super well yet, and there's no like maps anywhere that I can show. But Mechatropolis is the most technologically developed, except it's not technologically developed in the same way that like real world Earth has been technologically developed, because the residents there, okay, I'll show you. These guys don't have reps yet, but so these species, they're called Rycox, and um Rycox originally, like before they evolved over time, they were originally parasites. They were fatal parasites that would um, kill their host essentially when they're fully developed. So they would have like their head, like you see that their head, like there's organic material, because because they have hair and stuff and skin. But in Ryder's body, you can see that that is not organic material. That is his body. That is not like armor or anything. So the way the parasite worked is it would develop inside of a host's body, eventually replace parts of its nervous, like replace parts of the host's nervous system with its own, and then um and then essentially kill the host by like they would it would just like hijack their body and then like leave the other head or like leave like the brain to die on its own and like use their body. So over time they've developed technology to be able to not kill hosts. So now the parasite um the parasite embeds itself in the mechanical material now, which is why it is the most technologically developed place in Thadrophinica, because they've put a lot of time and development into um, putting into developing these functional bodies and functional bodies for these parasites to take over instead of having to use hosts to live. So now, like the nerve thing kind of works the same way, except it connects to a mechanical body, and yeah, and then nothing dies. So that's why you'll see Rycox having um organic heads and mechanical bodies. Uh, Harrison is not Harrison is not a Rycox. He just has um Rycox esque prosthetics for his legs. Um, which yeah, you'll see a lot of like uh Rycox esque prosthetics and a lot of like um yeah, a lot of movement based technology instead of like communications based technology, because we're communicating through technology right now. Like we have the internet, we have like television, we have all of these sorts of like communication based technology that has been like really accelerated in development. But these guys, instead of communication technology being accelerated, it's this sort of technology where it's like, I need this as a body. I need to replace this part of my body. I need to replace that part of my body. Um, Harrison can walk properly. Yeah, he has like I said, Rycox esque prosthetics, so he can control his legs as though they were his own. They're just not made of they're not made of organic material. They're just mechanical. Okay. Okay, that's my technology rant, which is why a lot of characters in Thadrophitica do not have things like cell phones or like computers or that sort of thing. Where instead, where you will find developed robots like Cogsworth or Bartleby, um, and the Rycox, you won't find things like electronics or telephones. Well, there are telephones, but it's not as developed as it is in the real world. Okay, Kieran, also known as Sir Lackluster. Hang on. I have pictures pulled up in my Discord, so let's see if I can find it and pull it up like in my tab, just so that you're not staring at this guy's face wondering what the rest of his body looks like. If I can even find it. Holy crap, I have a lot of characters. Hang on. um Lackluster, he's kind of like the ooh, I have a double life kind of like super villain. Hang on, open in browser. Will this work? It will work. Um, they don't all have pictures because I haven't gotten to drawing all of them. So yeah, this is Lackluster. He is a really bad um obsession with destroying artificial light because he really hates light pollution. Which is just like, he's just kind I made him because like I don't like light pollution, and every time I drive by a street lamp at night, that is probably my computer fan, I'm sorry. Um so yeah, I made him because every time like we're driving by street lights at night, I just think I want to shoot that light out. I don't like it because I don't like artificial light. So I was just like, what if I make a character who just does that for fun? So now we just have Lackluster, and he's kind of like wanted in the area that he lives, but like no one really knows who he actually is. So yeah, he's just kind of like a fun side character. He's not gonna be important, I don't think, as of now. So yeah. Ryder is just like, again, like he's not really important. He's just kind of some guy. he has like a group of friends, and while they do, they kind of live double lives as well, except they don't really have a public identity. Um, Ryder has like a group of friends where like they live normal lives, like they're all really close friends, except sometimes they just they Lackluster doesn't actually hurt people. He just kind of like destroys artificial light. So like don't go driving with your headlights on at night or he'll shoot the headlights. He won't hurt you, but he'll shoot the headlights. Um Ryder's friends and him, like they just I haven't designed any of Ryder's friends yet, but they will exist. And they sometimes are just like, let's run around the city and see if we can beat each other up. Like it's kind of like a game of cat and mouse. Ryder's the one that they're all trying to kill, essentially. Except it's all in good fun, and they're all like best friends the next day. But it's just like a I don't even know. It's just it's just for fun. We're just gonna try to kill this guy for fun, and it's all consensual. Like they're all in on it. Even Ryder's in on it. And he finds it really fun, and it's just kind of like a really really violent like weekend activity that they do sometimes. Usually no one else gets involved, and like no one really knows what's happening. But it's just kind of like some guy on the run. No, there's more. They're like it's a like densely populated city. That's why it's in the cities folder. I just haven't developed any of the other ones yet, and it is exciting and it is funny to imagine though. It's just them. I feel like I feel like Lackluster would try to kill Ryder honestly because Ryder like he glows. He glows a lot. Okay, now we're into towns. Um, I haven't really developed any other like highly dense like highly populated cities yet. I don't really have any other ideas for densely populated cities, and there's not really any need for them because they're kind of like Mechatropolis is the one part of Fadra Phoenix that's like really we'll get there when we get there. Really accelerated development in terms of like actual like city development, geographical development. Everything else is kind of behind, which is why most of them are towns, and they don't have as much technological advancement as Mechatropolis does. Okay, Arkamham. Let's get into this is Arkamham. This is kind of like the sketchy town that's right next to the woods. So if a town is next to the woods, then a character will will likely show up in the woods or in role plays, but just like not as often as characters who spend most of their time or even live in the woods. And so like Arkamham is really sketchy, and it's like it's not a good place to live. So you'll find more of like um more characters who have drug addictions like Braxton, um or medical malpractice with Dr. Dale, or any other sort of addiction with Soldier and Mute. Rufina's just kind of here. I had a cool idea for design, um, and that's it. Like they don't. There's literally nothing else. I should probably develop them, sometime soon. We'll get there, Phoenix. We'll get there. Okay, Braxton. This is Braxton. They are they're actually my friend's species. Um, uh, Bruce. I don't know how many people know Bruce in this chat. Braxton is a member of one of his species. It's not an open species yet. I had the opportunity to make a character of that species, and now I have Braxton. And they're just kind of like bipolar Vermential, um, who has a lot of drug addictions and stuff, and they just kind of exist in Arkamham as just like some background character, really. Um, Thank you. I'm sorry. I thought last I checked Braxton was any pronouns. I guess I was wrong. Yes, West of Fox. Um, so they're just really um chill, I guess. They're not so much chill. Like they try to be chill and then they have an episode and then end up not being chill anymore. So yeah, they don't really have much significance. They're kind of a background character, but they can be used if there were to ever be any interaction within Arkamham, within a roleplay or something, or within any storyline. Yeah, they wouldn't. There's not really um, much possibility of that as of now that I know of. That would end up being public. So like they don't really matter right now, right? At least right now, honestly. So yeah. Okay, Dr. Dale. Oh dear, Dr. Dale. Okay, he runs an asylum. He runs an asylum in Arkamham, and he runs the asylum where Sylph grew up. And the asylum is like not. It's not well taken care of. It's not. Um. Yeah, it's like very poor, not very poor living conditions. It's just like questionable living conditions, and also the way that they treat their clients are also really questionable. Um, and um, I'm trying my best one time, and yeah, Dale, he's like the lead. He's the lead uh doctor at the asylum, and he is actually a Rycox. You can see like his legs are mechanical, and also his back and like limb extensions are also mechanical. He's not dismembering dead people. What? No, he's just a Rycox, so he has that as part of his body. Like Rycox bodies are like um mostly like they're really versatile, so you can like make whatever modifications you want, and those are the modifications he chose to have. Um, that is for does he have a mouth? That is for me to know and for you to find out. And he's just yeah he just kind of serves as like the head doctor. He's not a good person. He doesn't treat the people at his asylum very well, but he got karma for that because of Sylph. We'll get to him later. We'll get to Sylph later and what Sylph did later. Oops, I closed the Arkham tab. Mute. This is mute. um so what was I gonna say? Oh, um I Blueberry Not. I saw your message and it like wiped everything I was gonna say. Mew is an old character actually. That I just like threw into Arkamham because I didn't know where else to put them. They are um really obsessed with watching fire and enough to the point where they've like burnt themselves by just they stick their fingers into the fire just because of like how obsessed they are with it because they're severely traumatized for reasons that are outdated. I should probably rework. Actually, I just had an idea. I just had an idea. I'll think about it and I'll talk more about it later. Um and they got out of um whatever horrible situation. They actually just wear a TV, like they're just like a dog underneath. They got out of that situation and they found comfort in fire, and that comfort turned into an obsession, and now they're so traumatized that they're obsessively seeking out fire and trying to distract themselves with it to the point where it's become an addiction, and they physically can't bring themselves to draw their attention away from it. So it's just kind of like a really bad obsession with fire and just like watching fire. Like they don't want to burn things; they just want to watch the flame. And yeah, like there's not really much to them story wise. They're not super important. It's just like kind of one of those characters that exists kind of in the background. They have their own little story, but it's not like super special, super important. Uh, okay. They don't need to do that. It's just like a rap battle on who's been through the most. Yeah, like I said before, Rafina isn't really important. No arson. Soldier. Oh boy. Soldier. Hello, Soldier. I'm working on an animation with you. Okay. Soldier is usually the one that you will find in the forest the most out of Arkamham because he goes out into the forest to indulge is what I can describe it as. Um so Soldier is the willing vessel of Sylvester, who is a demon of violence. Hang on, let me grab him. Um, and because he's addicted to the feeling of being possessed. So this guy, he goes out into the woods, and he knows that he's gonna do bad things if he stays in Arkamham and like is possessed by Sylvester. So he goes out into the woods and like just goes on a rampage while Sylvester is controlling his body, because Sylvester doesn't have a physical form, so he can't do that himself. So it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship between them. I don't know actually, Bluebird. That's a good question. That's just kind of like how it's been since I designed him for the first time. So yeah, he's just really bad, and he knows what he's doing is bad because he knows that he hurts people in the forest, but he knows that those people can't really seek help from like authorities to like get justice for what he did to them, and he's also like he's a really toxic person. He gaslights people and stuff, and he's just he's not a good person. His I don't know what they taste actually. I don't know. There's not really much meat there. It's just kind of like wing membrane. I don't really know what do you what you expect from that. But yeah, he's just kind of a jerk. No one likes Soldier. You can screw off. Anyways, yeah. He's like really associated with the demons. So usually whenever I draw the demons, he will be there to represent Sylvester, because Sylvester doesn't have a physical form, and Sylvester can't interact with like the living world without a physical form or a host or like a vessel. And Soldier's just like, oh yeah, I'll be your vessel because I like the feeling I get when you possess me, which is why he has possession eyes on his Wrath, because yeah, that's Soldier. He's kind of not well. Okay. RiverTown, this is gonna be a long one. Oh, this is gonna be a long one. um, yep. Welcome to RiverTown, the worst place, like one of the worst places in Dodgerfinica. It is really sketchy, and it's. Wait, did I miss Bourn Meadow? I did miss Bourn Meadow. I'm gonna go to Bourn Meadow first, and then I'm gonna go back to RiverTown. I missed Bourn Meadow. I'm sorry. Um. So. No, we'll get to RiverTown. I'm sorry. We're not going to RiverTown right now. We're going to Bourn Meadow first. Bourn Meadow is another town that is just outside the woods, so a lot of these characters that you could see. Bourn Meadow is actually a nice place to live. Going back on Phoenix's question, um, it is actually a really nice place to live. Everyone there is really nice. It's kind of just like rural town that's like kind of away from all the other towns, and it's really close to the woods. And there's like a lot of, yes, it is Cloudy's ex-wife, and everyone there is really nice. Alright, Aoife and Dexter. Aoife, they don't have reference sheets. It's fine. These two, they're like besties. They spend most of their time together. Aoife, I believe is deaf, and Dexter doesn't have legs. So they just kind of like hang out together a lot. They don't do much. They're just kind of like residents that you can interact with. What do you mean talk about them? Talk about who? What do you want me to talk about? Yeah, there's like little to no drama here. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about them. Asheville is just like the firework one. I kind of had a cool idea. They're kind of like, yeah, pretty much. Um, Asheville, they're like Rufina. I had an idea and I made it a thing, and they kind of just like make fireworks. That's really their whole thing. Like they're not really um dynamic characters or like round characters, because there's not much to them. They kind of just exist and like live happily in Bourn Meadow, because Bourn Meadow's a nice place. This is Charlie. She's just kind of like chill again. She really likes to eat, and she's really good at making food, so I like to imagine that she has like her own, like, not so much a restaurant, like just place that you can go, and like she'll just make you food, kind of like a food truck or something, except it's not actually a truck, it's just like a little stand or something, and she'll just like host like events where people can go and like have a potluck or something and have food. She's just kind of like really really wholesome. Most of these characters are wholesome. Actually, all of them are wholesome. Dr. Remington is a doctor that works at the Bourn Meadow Hospital. Um, yeah, you're right. I think Charlie would own a cheese shop, just probably not right now. That's probably not something that he would want. Okay, Dr. Remington is just a doctor that works at Bourn Meadow Hospital. He's really nice. Yeah, that's about it. Like I made him because I needed to have like a name for a specific character, in a role play that happened in Bourne Meadow Hospital. So that's why he exists. I just gave him a design. I really like his design actually. And I'll probably like there's not really much development that needs to go into these characters because they're not super complex. They're just kind of like wholesome little happy guys. Esme is the same. Esme is just like a wholesome little happy guy that kind of just exists. Like they don't really have a story yet. I'll probably go back and like give them stories later on, but as of right now, there's nothing really special and just kind of really nice. I feel like Esme would be um like a charity operator or something. Like they would um yep. Um I don't have as much lore for the nice places because there isn't really much lore to be there. Yeah, Esme would like be like a I feel like they would run charities. Like they're just like really social, really nice. Either they would run charities or they would be like a social worker or something. Uh, Parley's as well. Parley's just kind of like some like young adult that just exists. What, what do you mean? What if Bourne Meadow burned down? Why do you want that to happen? Why do you want that to happen? I tell you guys that I have characters with no trauma, and then you're like, "What? I don't believe you. This can't be true." And then I show you that it's true, and you're like, "Okay, let's give them trauma. Let me exist in peace." Oh my god. Okay, Queen. Yay! She actually is a ref. Yay! Actually, I think all the other characters do have refs. I just haven't been pulling them up because I've been forgetting to. I have 43 pings from one of my friends. What happened? What have I missed? What is happening? I think they're trying to get a hold of me. I don't even know what's happening. I'll check that later. Okay. Um okay, so let's see if I can find them. I like sent a bunch of refs to myself on Discord to see if I can like pull them up. Um I now have 49 pings from that one person. No, it's all from one person. I I'm so scared. Okay. I'm gonna open. Oops. Okay, this is Charlie's just because I know that. Ignore them. We'll get to them later. Um. Okay, you guys can look at that while I try to find Esme. I don't think Esme has one right now. Let's see if I can find Aoife and Dexter's though, because like I know where they should be, but they're not there. So I need to. The pings just keep going up. I'm scared to check them. What? What is happening? Oh, oh, they're trying to talk to me about they're trying to talk to me about what's happening in the stream. I'll read all that later, okay, man? No, it was 43 pings and they hadn't talked to me since like 3 days ago. And it just like appeared and I was like, "Oh, hi." So I just yeah. Wait, oh my god, stop. I'm not picking up the phone. I'm just gonna ignore you. Hang on. I know I sent it. I know I sent it to myself. I don't know where it went. Aoife, Dexter, where are you? Yeah, they're just like not there. Hang on. Hello. I don't know why they're not using stream chat. Hold on. I'm not looking at chat for a second. I need to send myself Aoife and Dexter because I know I have it. I just didn't send it to myself for some reason. Hang on. That is the wrong folder. Okay, where are they? Where are the guys? Where are they? Please, I need to find you. Hang on, give me a second, everyone. There they are. I found them. Hold on. Wait, my dad's talking to me. Okay, hang on. I'm coming back to stream chat. Give me a moment. Oh my god. Oh, everything's freaking out. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Give me a moment. I found it. I found the ref. Hang on. I found the ref. It's not even a ref. I just found the drawing. Open in browser. Please. Okay. There we go. There they are. There they are. The sillies. Aoife and Dexter. There they are. The guys. Yeah, they spend most of their time together. Like this. So, yeah. Oh my god. Like I said, like Dexter doesn't have legs, so he just kind of like chills with Aoife, and Aoife can't hear things, so I feel like Dexter would sign things to her from where he is on her head. But I feel like that also wouldn't work. But it kind of depends on like which sign language they're using, because there are some that like involve the whole body and it's not just the hands. So that's how it would be. That's how it would be. Kind of complicated. I'll develop it more later. It's more likely that Dexter would just tap in Morse code. What do you mean married? When did I say married? What happened? I'm so confused. The ring? I don't know. They just like I don't know. I usually just like have rings because I think it's a cool design thing. Um okay, Queen. We have Miss Girl. Um she's just like really nice. She lives with her son, who is a different friend's character, is like adopted son, and she's just kind of like chill. She lives really really close to the woods, so that's why that she can like show up in the woods a lot, and usually um is the first usually she's usually like the first character people interact with when they leave Bourn, like when they leave the woods and into Bourn Meadow, because she's like really literally right there. Her property backs on um to the woods. You what? I think she might have. Yeah, oh yeah, she did. Queen Smallfeather has issues with Queen's son, so that's like complicated. Um, Queen did almost die in one of our role plays. I don't know what it is with Queen and getting stomach wounds in role plays specifically. So, yeah, it's complicated. But yeah, she's just kind of like a really nice lady. Really chill. Like I imagine the whole Bourn Meadow thing um to be like really cottagecore and like really just like cozy, and all of those characters kind of meant to be like, you know, the embodiment of that. Okay, now we're gonna go to RiverTown. Now we're going to RiverTown. No, I'm just no, I see it. I see what's happening. I'm just kind of like ignoring it because it just sounds like something that I can't question. Um, the way I used to make characters before like they had backstories and stuff is that all role plays were canon. Like I made them specifically to role play with, and that was their story. So that's just kind of carried through now. So now all of that is part of his story now, and it will be part of all character story, which is why that Queen now has a son, like canonically, and so does Songbird. She also has a son. Not no, Ellis isn't a boy. Songbird has a daughter. So yeah, I'm sorry, Ellis. I'm sorry. Okay, RiverTown. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long one. Okay. Uh, all right, we have Ambrose. Ambrose has a ref. Ambrose is Katori's husband. He is probably worse of a person than Katori is. He's just not in a position of power, unlike Katori is. Do not like Ambrose. That is a horrible idea. um, he's he's just like really manipulative, and he's just like has really bad intentions and is really he's like really narcissistic and just a horrible person. And he's not he's just the reason why he's not more known in RiverTown is because he's not in like a really big position of power, but he's working up to getting there, and he manipulates Katori a lot. And Katori's like the mayor of RiverTown. So yeah, these guys are married. Um, yes, you can like the design. I remember multiple people pointed out that he looked like cookies and cream ice cream, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. He does look like cookies and cream ice cream, and he does deserve to be consumed like cookies and cream ice cream. Um, anyone has full permission to try to consume Ambrose like he's cookies and cream ice cream. Go for it. He deserves it. So yeah, yes, do put him in a milkshake. Do whatever you want. He doesn't deserve to live. Kill him. Yes, you can beat him with a spoon. Do whatever you want. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys have fun with that. You have fun with the permission I've given you to murder one of my characters. Okay. Now while we're on the topic of Katori's spouses, this is Bellatrix. This is Katori's ex-wife, and also the mother of Lance. And so yeah, I'm still debating whether or not I want to have her involved with the Operation Songbird organization, which we'll get to later. Um, so yeah, I'm still debating whether I want her to like switch sides and like um join Operation Songbird, but for now she's just kind of like living on her own away from Katori because she divorced him. Haha, what a loser. Um, so she's just kind of for now she's not super important. She's Lance's mom, and she just kind of like lives on her own now because Katori still has custody over Lance. And she's just kind of doing her own thing right now. She's not the best person. Yes, they are owls. But they're quote unquote owls. I will probably turn it into my own species. It's like when I made the design with the intention of them being owls, then um then I'm yeah. Then I made them with the intention to be owls, and I just kept it in the design because it didn't look right without them. So I will probably change their species to like they're in the owl genus. Like I'm still working out all like that sort of biology stuff because when you have anthropomorphic characters in biology starts to get really complicated. So I'll work more of that out once I know more about biology and stuff. So yeah. I'm thinking about it. Bluebird, I'm thinking about her just joining Operation Songbird. Okay, yay, it's Katori. Everyone loves him. Yippee! So many people hate him. It's not even funny. Yeah, Mayor of RiverTown, really horrible guy. Abuses his power a lot. Has killed Rena, half blind as well, filler. Has probably done worse. That I just haven't like added specifics to. He's kind of like the main antagonist. What do you mean he looks burnt? Molly, what do you mean he looks burnt? But yeah, I love how he shows up and immediately everyone starts insulting him. Yes, he killed Rena. No, you cannot canonically marry him. Um, oh, yeah, he's just a really bad guy. He's a horrible person, and he adopted Blood Moss as well, which is not good for Blood Moss. Um, yes, I should have sent him to Twisted Night. That would actually be really funny. That would be really funny, actually. Yeah, he's probably one of my least redeemable characters. Yeah, sure, if you want to. And he's just like really controlling, he's just a uh really bad person to be in control, and he's like purposely manipulated the system that he will stay in control. So he probably like manipulated himself into that position, and then there's a lot of sketchy stuff going on in RiverTown. Um, RiverTown is like really isolated, so like people can't really leave. Uh, fine, I'll get to Lance. We'll get to Lance when we get there. And RiverTown is like in the mountains in like a weird valley in the middle of the mountains, so like people can't leave easily. Um, and Katori takes advantage of that. So he's just kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate circumstances um that make everything really hard to get out of. It's kind of like a feedback loop. Like everything is bad and it makes things worse, and then the fact that things are worse makes things even worse. So it's complicated. There's a lot of things going on. Okay, fine. Let's. We're here. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Katori's son is here. Are you happy now? Where are you walking to though? Like, there's nowhere to go. Um, Lance looks burnt. Lance looks charred. He doesn't look so much. He doesn't. Lance is not nice. No, he is responsible for like bullying, a lot of the bullying that happened in Small Feather's childhood. Um, so he yeah, Lance being Katori's son is like been subjected to a lot of toxicity. Um, because a collar is a sort of, it's like a fashion, it's like a religious fashion thing that happens in RiverTown. So it's yeah. I No, he's not gay. He's not gay, unfortunately. Um, Hello, and so um yeah, he just yeah, he's not a good guy. He's really toxic because that's all he knows. That is really all he knows. Um, yeah, that's all a lot of people in RiverTown know. It's just everything is toxic. There's a lot of toxicity and really, there's just yeah. Lance would be an emo. Lance would totally be an emo. You could try to save Lance. I think he might be redeemable, but not in the current position he's in. He like runs a gang. Like I don't think he's redeemable right now. But if you get him out of RiverTown and like give him some counseling, maybe he's not like completely irredeemable like Ambrose is. So no, you can't. You can't make me. Okay, Nita. This is Smallfeather's mother. Please load faster. The web page has died. Um, the web page has perished. Uh, Hang on. She didn't want. Yeah, she didn't want. Nita, we're not gonna burn you at the stake. Please. Please. That's true. Nita is busy working. I'll just talk about her while she's like here. Hopefully, like, Toy House isn't down. That would be bad. It looks like Toy House might be down. That's really upsetting. Um, hang on. I'm gonna try something. Never mind, I won't be trying something. No, that is my cat. Hi! What are you doing? Meow. That is my cat. She's come to, um, yell at me. Okay. Reconnection successful. I think it's fine. Yep, it's fine. I fixed it. I fixed it. Everything's fine. Yay. I didn't fix it. The images are dying again. Wait, hang on. Um, Hello. We're just talking about my characters and stuff. You don't have to stay if you're not interested. Please! The reference isn't working. Hang on. I'm refreshing the page. I think my internet is freaking out. Yep, it's freaking out. Hang on. Disconnected. Hello? Reconnection successful. Please. It's really having a hard time. Never mind, it was there for a second and then I closed it. Interesting. Hi. There we go! Finally! It's not even. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's back. It's working. It's working. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're here. We got it. Everything's fine. We're here. We're here. All right. Hello. We're back. Okay, Nita. Nita is small for this mother. Hemlock is not small for this mother. She is like she's like a news journalist, and she never wanted to have small feather. Uh, bad things happen to her, and that's why Smallfeather exists. So she never really wanted that. Smallfeather's family is really short. Um, and yeah, she's just like kind of overworked all the time and really stressed out about everything. And yeah, I honestly, she would, um, please, the stream, okay. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. Uh, she's just like, she's not, bad things did not happen to her to make Yuna, but bad things happened to her to make, Smallfeather. Um, so, which is why that she's, like, more fond of Yuna, because, like, that was on purpose. Smallfeather was not on purpose. Like I said, sketchy things happen in RiverTown. Um, okay. Yeah, there's not really much else to say about Nita, because she's, like, not, um, stop, we're not referencing that. Um, she would be redeemable if she could get out of the situation that she's in. But because RiverTown is such like a controlling environment, and being a news journalist, there's a lot of like propaganda stuff that she has to really worry about, and it's just like, no, she did want Yuna. She did want Yuna. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, Thurston and Tiana. These two, they do not have reference sheets yet. These are Rena's parents. Can my internet please work? Okay. Yeah, these two are Rena's parents. Thurston and Tiana are Rena's parents. Um so yeah, there's not much to say about them. They're just kind of like the typical like religious parents who are like, you have to do this, this, and that. And they're just kind of really controlling. Typical toxic religious parents, you know. There's nothing super special about them. Uh Likely yes. I haven't worked out the specifics yet, but it's just like um it's just a trait in their family. Oh my god, my internet isn't working again. Yay! Hang on. I'm having a great time. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it when the stream starts to die. It's like my favorite thing ever. Yay! I will make refs for them. I'm working on a whole bunch of refs right now. So just have patience, please. I I I'd be prepared for that a lot. Please, connect faster. Yeah, you'll get things like that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know who you are. 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 I know you. I know where you live. Um yeah, the stream is perishing. And my dad is back with. Oh, that is not my dad. That is the delivery man. I look outside and there's just a huge van. Hello. I know who you are. It's fine. It's just delivery people outside. Okay, is it gonna work? It works! Yay! Okay, we can talk about we can talk about Yuna now. We can talk about Yuna now. Yay! Solva's older sister. Um, see, yeah, she's just like she's just toxic older sibling. Again, like there's not really much to her. She's kind of a side character. Um, again, like she's not necessarily a bad person. Like I wouldn't say Nita is a bad person either. They're just they're good people in bad places. So that's why like the things that they do aren't aren't the best things. I no, she cannot be Goku. The things they do aren't the best things to do as people, but they're not bad people. Um, they're not bad people like Ambrose or Katori are. Uh, so Yeah, again, there's not much I can really say about her. So, uh, yeah, she's just kind of there. Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean it's distressing? Why are you asking if she likes deodorant? Are you asking if she likes deodorant to eat or to use? Like, what are you referring to? Operation Songbird. Yep. Operation Songbird. So, as I already established, RiverTown is not a good place to live. It is really hard to leave. So these two guys here, Dylan and Gregory, the goddamn tabs won't open. Dylan and Gregory, um, decided to make to get out. They decided to get out of there. Um, they decided to form a group of people or like an operation of people to leave RiverTown and to establish a new settlement elsewhere or to get out of where they are. I'm about to yell at my dog. She's still barking. Judy! Okay, shut up. Judy! Never mind, she didn't shut up. They're not brothers. They are husbands. They're not brothers, they're husbands. Hang on, I will be right back. I'm going to yell at my dog. Hold on. Judy! No. Hang on. I'm back. Um, uh, my dog is barking at a plastic skeleton that we have outside of our door as a Halloween decoration. They, um, yeah, she was barking at a plastic skeleton. Oh dear. She's still going. Okay. Um, I'm back. Okay, yeah, these two they put together an organization to get out of RiverTown, and at this point in the timeline, they are actually getting out. They are getting out of RiverTown, and they're getting to a new settlement. Their plans were to, leave RiverTown and go re-inhabit a ghost town, which they're calling Idlemere, next to the woods, so uh, they'll actually be able to see, Smallfoot again. Um, It doesn't go horribly, actually. They get out. They do get out. Um, yeah, all of the ones without profile pictures, I have, their designs. I have 75 pings. Oh my god, okay. Um, I have the designs, and I have, their, profile pictures started. I just haven't colored them yet, because I haven't gotten to work on them for a while. Hang on, let me pull up all of the guys. Give me a moment. Eh. Eh. Just wait for them to load up. Eh. Load up faster. Please and thank you. There are a lot. There are a lot of people in Operation Songbird that I will just kind of that I'll that I'll just go over fast so that I can get through them. Okay. Yay. Alright. Yeah, there's Martha, Shelley, Ellie, Ezra. They're just kind of like guys that want to get out. These two are also guys that want to get out. These are also guys that want to get out. There's nothing specific. Beth is a law enforcer who sees how corrupt everything is, and and she wants to get out. And Malachi is actually Katori's political opponent that is in danger because sketchy things happen in RiverTown, so he wants to get out, and he will become like the new uh, you know, municipal government for Idlemere when they get there. No, there are more developed people in the operation than RiverTown. I just haven't developed everyone in RiverTown. Yeah, there's the guys. Chester's there too. This is Blake. This is I don't remember. Uh, I don't remember her name. What's her name? I think it's I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, it's Scarlet. This is Blake, Scarlet, Flick, Serena, Malachi's a deer, and Tiny Paw and Afra, and these are just like kids. Like those are all the other ones. And then we have Small for this friends, like the original, the OGs. Um, these guys are all like as mentioned in Smallfoot's backstory video. Um, yeah, no, I went. I'm gonna go as Maxie, one of my characters. We'll get to her later, for Halloween, and and yeah, Quince is like the rambunctious, rebellious guy who's kind of like an idiot, and he's like really loud about everything, and he's probably gotten into a lot of trouble because of that. He's just a rebel, so he's just kind of like stupid, honestly. Yes, Maxie is a girl, and then we have Blood Moss. This is Katori's adopted daughter. You can guess how well that goes. Ambrose is responsible for a lot of her trauma. She has a lot of scars under those clothes, um, that are not visible for reasons. Um, yeah, bye fun time, and she's just kind of like really upset all the time. It's hard to tell if she's, um, yeah, she's very traumatized. Enough to the point where she's like mute. Actually, she's mute because she physically can't speak. Ambrose like, um, slit her vocal cords. Yeah, she can't speak. She can't speak, but she could still like whisper because you could still like make sound and like use your mouth to make phonetic sounds without vocal cords. Like you can whisper, so she can only whisper. Yeah, a lot of messed up stuff happened with her, and she's just looking like she didn't seek out the operation. The operation found her. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of art I drew with Blood Moss and Smallfeather, and there's something that's implied there that no one has really figured out yet. Yeah. Yeah. There are they adopt Katori adopted her with good intentions. Ambrose um did not want that. So Ambrose kind of abuses Blood Moss behind Katori's back. So Katori doesn't really know. Smallfather definitely has more trauma than Blood Moss. Just Blood Moss like hasn't had as much help with it. Like Smallfather has had some help with his trauma. Oh yeah, yeah, that one. There's something that's being implied there, but um, yeah, there's something that's being implied with all of the drawings where Blood Moss and Smallfather show up with each other. There are implications to Blood Moss's attachment. Um, Katori's not that bad of a person. It's just the things he has done make him bad. Like he's he's done bad things, but he's not the worst person ever. Ambrose has done arguably less bad things, but is a worse person than Katorius. So, no, that's not what I'm implying. It's something deeper than that. Um, Blood Moss's attachment. It doesn't happen. It doesn't have to happen again. It doesn't have to happen again. It shouldn't happen again. So, it shouldn't happen again. It's okay. It shouldn't happen again. Hello. But yeah, if anyone figures it out, because like I haven't really shared a lot of Blood Moss's lore, but like once if someone figures it out, then congratulations. You want me to tell the implications? Um. Okay. Trigger warning, I guess. Trigger warning. Bloodmoss has had really, really, um, really bad issues with suicide. Like she's attempted many times and almost succeeded many times. And because of um, uh, Layla practically like adopted Bloodmoss again and is now like acts as her caretaker. and is yeah, she just like she pretty much just takes care of Bloodmoss now. Bloodmoss barely ever goes back to the house. They probably think she's people at the house probably think she's dead or something. Oh no. Hang on.